In today's video, we are going to be looking at book categories, and I'm going to show you guys how to properly select categories for your books, and also how to add your books into an additional 8 categories. So before we continue with this video, if you're new here and you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so by hitting on the red subscribe button. That's the one you can see here, and the bell notification icon, so you'll be the first to get notified anytime we drop super awesome videos such as this one. If you upload books on Amazon KDP, then you must have come across this section where it usually asks you to choose categories. All right, now most times after writing the book and doing everything, sometimes when we get here, we get a little confused on what categories we are supposed to put our book in, or how to even find the category that we should be uploading our books. Right now, a good question would be, why are categories important? What are the advantages of putting my book in a particular categories? Now, categories exposes our book to a much more wider reach, all right? And obviously, if more people get to see your books, then the more potential sales you are going to make. So it's very important that you put your book in the right categories so that it gets to more people, and in turn, these people will buy, and then you earn more royalties. The quickest way of choosing or looking for profitable categories is just simply by using this website. You must have heard of it by now, BookBoat. All right, so if you're on BookBoat, I'll leave links in the description box below. If you're on the BookBoat website, which is this one, just come in here to resources and go to where it says KDP category finder. So I'm going to click there. You type in the keywords that you are using for your book. All right, so let's say my book is about organic gardening. All right, it's already here, so I'm just going to click here, search, and it's going to give me a list of categories that I could put my book in. All right, so let's say I have, and it's also going to show you how profitable or the competitive level of these categories. Now, you know by now, the less competition, the better for your book. All right, so as you can see, this category here is very high, so I'm going to leave it and go to this one where it says medium. So how then do I now look for this pathway or this category on this section here on my Amazon KDP account? All right, so I'll just simply go in here to choose categories. Okay, so let's go back again to see the pathway. So we have non-fiction, gardening, greenhouses. So I'm going here to non-fiction. I'm going here to non-fiction. Then I'll look for gardening. All right, so this is gardening right here. I clicked it already. So this is gardening right here. Then I'll come in here to greenhouses. So once I click on select greenhouses, I just click on save and whatnot. All right, so you can see how easy that was. Now, unfortunately, you're only allowed to pick just 2 categories on this section when you're uploading your books. All right, you should know that by now. Okay, now there are other ways you could add an extra 8 categories, which obviously is going to put your book or expose your book to a much more wider audience, and in turn you make more sales. All right, so that's what I'm going to show you guys next. So how then do you add 8 more categories to your book? All right, if you go to BookBoat here, you can see there are still so many categories that you could add your book in. How are we going to look for these categories and put our books in them? All right, so now when you have looked for these categories, you are going to send a message to Amazon KDP telling them to help you put your books in these categories. That's how we are going to do that. All right, so but first thing first, look for the pathway to these categories, which we are going to send as a message. So the first thing you want to do is to come to this Amazon bestseller page. You could do this by just simply typing Amazon bestseller books on Google and go to the one that ends with the link ZGBS. Okay, click on it and then it should take you here. By now, of course, you already know the niche in which you are publishing a book in. All right, so you come here to the Amazon.com page. Then you look for the niche in which you are going to publish your book in. So organic gardening is in the niche of craft and hobbies. So I'm going to click on it. So you can see a pathway, you can see a pattern, right? So we came from books to craft and hobbies. Now we are in gardening, design, and landscape. So if you scroll down, you're going to see much more categories. All right, so you could see for flowers, fruits, garden design, greenhouses, herbs, all those categories we saw on BookBoat. All right, so what you want to do now, let's say for herbs, we are just going to, let's click on herbs. Okay, and you can see all the books on these categories for herbs. Okay, and you can also see their BSR. The bestseller rank for this book is quite impressive. Okay, so what you want to do now is to copy out the pathway. You could copy this or you could just write it out, but I'm just going to copy it. So I'll select Ctrl C, then come to my notepad here and paste this. All right, so I'm going to remove this first less than sign. Okay, so books, ensure you put in a greater than sign here. So we have books, crafts and hobbies. Then we have craft, hobbies and home. Another greater than to gardening, design and landscape. Then we also have what else again? Then another greater than sign. Finally, we have for herbs. Okay, so I'm going to copy this pattern, this path, because this is what we'll be using. I'm going to copy this, hit down here. Okay, so the next part here, as you can see, we have for fruits. So I'll remove this last part for herbs and put in fruits. Then I'll go down here again and paste. I also have another pathway according to what I saw on BookBoat, right? I have for urban, I have for trees. Okay, so let's go back in here and see if we have anything on urban and trees. We have trees, we have vegetables, we have shrubs, we have soil. Okay, so all these are all categories. So I'm going to just come down here again, paste and change herbs to soil. Okay, and so on and so forth. So I'll complete this up to 8. So that's how you write out the categories. So also ensure that you put in this greater than sign. So when you're done writing these categories, how then do you now send a message to Amazon KDP? So when you're done, you come here to the contact us page. So you just scroll down on this page and you see where it says contact us. So click on contact us and please ensure you are logged in, you are signed in. Okay, ensure you are signed in. Ensure this is your account, because as you can see, me, I'm signed in. All right, so when you're there, you just come in here. Once you've clicked on that, it's going to take you to this page, Amazon Store and Product Detail page. You click on it and then you hit on update Amazon categories. All right, as you can see, it's going to tell you, you can see the format in which you're supposed to put in your book. This is quite easy. You just have to take all of this out and just leave a simple message by saying, hi, hi, please, hi, I would like to add my book. Then you put in the ASIN number of your book. I hope you know where that ASIN number is. You put in the ASIN of your book. Okay, ASIN number, you put in, I'll show you the number anyways. Okay, so you'd close in your brackets. I would like to add my book, put in the ASIN number in the listed categories. In the listed categories below. All right, so you also instruct them what marketplace you want your you want this category to be in. So obviously is the .com, that's the American marketplace, .com marketplace, and also tell them the format of your book. So I usually like to do this for paperback. You can do this for Kindle, and then all you have to do next is just list the categories. All right, so I'm just going to copy this, copy all of it, copy this, come in here, and then I'll paste this. All right, so just going to edit this to 4. All right, so you should do it up to 8. And when you're done, you just scroll down here and hit on send. You should get a reply telling you if your request was accepted or rejected. If it's rejected, maybe for some reasons, I don't know, maybe if it's rejected or something like that, what you do is to just send it again. All right, but 90% of the time they'll give you a very positive answer, and then your book will be placed in these categories. All right, so that's how you do this. It's very easy. If you have any questions so far, leave them in the comment section below and I'll answer you. So when you do this, now there's also another way you can do this. you could simply just go into there's also another way you can do this. You could simply just go to amazon.com, look at the categories of books that are already in your niche. You could look at the categories in which those books belong and also do the same thing. All right, so all you have to do is just come in here, click on books. So let me type in the keyword organic. So once you're here, all you have to do is just scroll down and look for the categories in which this book belongs in. All right, so as you can see, first off, you look at the BSR of this book. Of course, you need to know that the book is doing well, because if the book is doing well, that means it's also doing well in the categories in which this book is listed in, or the book is listed in. So this book has a bestseller rank of 87,000 or thereabouts. Okay, it's not so bad. It's at least making some sales every day. Okay, so as you can see, this book is in these categories: fruit gardening, organic gardening and horticulture, and also vegetable gardening. All right, so if you click on this, it should show you the pathway in which this book is. All right, so as you can see, you have books, craft and hobbies, gardening and landscape design, then organic. All right, so all you have to do is to just copy this and write it down. All right, copy it, and then you write it down on your notepad. Okay, so that's another way you can also look for categories to put your book in. Okay, so you could go back again and you'd look for the other categories. So you also have fruit gardening. Okay, so if you click on fruit gardening, you can as well see the category or the pathway to the categories in which this book is placed. All right, so you have books, craft and hobbies again, and fruits. All right, so if you don't want to use book boats like the way I did, you could also look at other people's book, look at the categories they put their books in, and copy the pathway. All right, okay, so you could open as many books as possible, books that are doing really well, that the BSR is very profitable. Look at the BSR, make sure that the books are doing very well. You ought to have known that by now. Then look at the categories in which these books are placed. Then you could copy that like I have shown you, paste it here on your notepad before sending the Amazon KDP guys a message on where you want your books to be placed. So you could take 8 of them, like I said, 8 more categories. So I've come to the end of today's video. If you have gotten any value whatsoever from this video, please give it a like, share, leave comment in the comment section below if you have any questions, and more importantly, hit on that red subscribe button to subscribe and the bell notification icon. So till I see you again in my next video, keep being consistent to what you're doing, keep working hard. God bless you, and peace out.